Hello everyone and welcome back to Coloring with Haley. I've got a little bit of a different video for you here today to end the year. I thought I would do a top 5 releases of 2021. And of course it's just my opinion. These are the books that were my favorite 5 books released in 2021, and I tried to pick books from different artists and publishers. I didn't want to pick like 3 books from the same artist and then I wanted to showcase everyone, kind of, if that makes sense. I wanted to showcase as many as I could. And it was hard enough to pick 5 books, so these are not going to be in any specific order, just the 5 books that I liked the most and wanted to showcase and give attention to. So, one of the first books that I have over here is Forest Animals by Jade Summer. I received this just recently in October, but I love it. And it's, of course, from one of their new artists, Alexandra Franzese, I believe is how you pronounce her name. And I really love this one. It's a little bit more detailed than some of their other books that they've released recently, which I have seen some Facebook group complaints about some of their books not being detailed enough. So this one is a good one that does have, of course, the more detailed in it. And we've got our landscape images as well, because they've been doing that now. When you get some landscape images, you get some that are vertical, some horizontal, which I like, and I like that there are no doubles anymore. I've kind of stopped buying books that have doubles. I've done only 1 page out of here since I received it in October. I haven't really had a lot of time to color in it, but I did do this page with squirrels for fall, and this is just, you know, your regular Amazon paper, so you can expect it to take pencils and markers the way you think it's going to, and I love how this page turned out. It turned out super cute, and I like all of the pages in it. You guys know that I like animals. It's got lizards. There's a snake in here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there's some turtles. There's frogs and toads in here. It's got just a little bit of everything for everyone. There were the frogs. Hang on. Here we go. There's the frog. Definitely be coloring that. You can expect to see that. Let me see if I can find the snake. There we go. Here's the snake. It's got birds in it too, bugs. It's called Forest Animals, and when I did a flip through of this book, I kind of said Forest Animals is, I don't know if it's a very fitting name. It's just kind of animals in general. You know, you've got anteaters in here, and I don't really know if I would consider those a forest animal or like a jungle animal. You've got your boas, your lizards, your pandas. It sort of encompasses a lot of animals. I think perhaps it just needed a broader name, animals, maybe 50 animals or something like that. But it's got a ton of animals in here. So if you like animals, I think you'll really like coloring in this book. And I really love this artist's work. She does the simpler books too. She did Spooky and Cute, or Cute and Spooky. Can't remember which order that's in. So she's capable of doing books that are easier for an audience that likes that. But she's also capable of pulling out these beautiful books that have, you know, just a little bit more detail for people that like that kind of thing. Next up, I have Country Life Color by Colors, and I bet this would be a top book for a lot of people this year. This is by grsHO. I think she kind of started this whole Color by Colors thing. I think it began with her, and now everyone's putting out Color by Color books, and if you're not familiar with the concept, let me show you a page. It's color by numbers, but instead of having a number, you know, for example, inside her pants here, the outline of her pants is blue, so you would color her pants blue. And this looks really, really good once you have colored in the picture. I know I've done a few out of here. Let me find one as an example. Here we go. I really love the way that the outline looks. It always, no matter what color you use, it seems to always dry just a little bit darker than the outline, and so it has a darker outline around it, which I already do in some of my books, such as my miniatures books. So that kind of takes away me having to do that myself, and you know, it is kind of color by number. It's color by colors, same thing. So it's, you don't have to think about it. You know, you don't have to sit here and think, oh gosh, what color do I want to make this girl's jacket, and what color do I want to make his pants? It's all already there for you, a little bit more mindless, which I know some people really enjoy. I know I love my color by number books, but I definitely want to get more of these color by color books. I did a page for Thanksgiving. Let me show you that. It's not exactly a Thanksgiving themed page outright, but it was a page with a turkey on it, so I thought it was appropriate for Thanksgiving. Both of these pictures were done at just using the Sharpies and big markers, and they actually lay down really well on this smooth paper. Of course, this book does have the, I guess you would call it premium Amazon paper since it's this slick, smooth, coated paper. But it works really well. I would say pencils probably would not work the greatest on this. But I also like that she has made each page a different color. I don't know, rather than leaving the page white or just doing a black outline, she's done different colors for every single page, which I really like, and I think that sort of makes the picture stand out. And you do get some pictures as well, so that are kind of landscape, so we've got our horizontal and vertical pictures. And the color palette is nice and easy. It is 22 colors. Here it is on the back. It's actually the same color palette that Sun Life Drawing uses. So I know for a fact you're going to be able to find all of these colors in Sharpies or big markers. So it makes it super easy. I love it when your color by number books don't have this huge palette with a lot of weird colors that leave you kind of searching everywhere else. And of course this stuff has animals in it for people that love to color animals like I do. Nice mixture of animals, people, and scenery. This book kind of has it all, and she's released several of these. I know she has, I think, Women Around the World and Fantasy Women. I'm very excited to see what those look like as well. She's definitely knocking it out of the park with these color by colors books that feature people. I think her style is really cute. I can't talk this book up enough. If you are interested in trying these color by colors, I definitely give her books a try. So next, I have an artist that was new to me this year, and I'm assuming this is an artist and not a publishing company, but I could be wrong. And this is Loriza May Marianos, or perhaps it's pronounced Loriza. Her name is always on the second page of her books. And she put out a lot of books this year, her pastel goth books and her creepy chibi being the ones that were super huge and super popular, and I think everybody has those books, and I know I colored a lot in them. But I think my favorite one has to be this Ramen Animals coloring book. I love ramen noodles, and I like animals, so this book is right up my alley. Unfortunately, I haven't had the time to color a page in it yet. I've been just so busy with trying to finish, well, I finished World of Mice, but I'm still trying to finish my Chibi Girls book. I'm trying to finish the Whimsy Girls book. I've got Sci-Fi Babes over there. I was just so busy this year with trying to finish books that I didn't get to color in as many new books as I wanted to, but I'll definitely be changing that up next year, and just wait, I do have a video talking about my plans for next year coming out. But back to this wonderful book. She draws a lot of chibi things, I would say, more so than anything else. She did have a couple of books. She had one Harajuku fashion, and I believe a quotes book, but the majority of them are Chibi Girls, or Creepy Chibi, or like this one, Ramen Animals, that are very cute. Her images are all framed, which I love. I love it when the artist frames the images and kind of centers them on the page, and they're just different animals eating bowls of ramen. It's easy, just straight up. It's exactly what the title says. And she's kind of changed all the bowls of ramen to fit the theme of the animal. For example, this rabbit has carrots in his. I know there is a cat up here that has fish in it. Well, here's a penguin that has fish in its bowl. Unicorn. Got the panda cat there. She's got some previews here on the back. You do have all different types of animals. Koalas, raccoons, squirrels. There's another cat. There's a sheep, and it's got like grass in its bowl. This, I think, is supposed to be a ferret. You've got hamster. Of course, he's got the sunflower seeds all over the place. And the images are simple, nice, thick black line art if you like that style. They do have a background, but the background is never overly complicated. Let's go back to this dog picture here. It's just the dog in front of the dog house, and you've got a little bit of scenery. I like that the background isn't overly complicated. I like it when artists give me more of a simple background. This is a super cute book. I can't recommend it enough, and I can't recommend that you check out her art enough. She has a lot of books for everything. She has released a lot of Chibi Girls books so far. This one is just super cute. And you've got different settings too. So you've got the desert, you've got this one inside a house. Got this otter here at the river. It's straightforward, as it says, you know, a cheaper book with less pictures, but you get some really nice pictures. So next I have 50 Safari Miniatures by Camellia Angelkova, who was very, very, very busy this year. Camellia Angelkova is one person, and she put out so many books this year. It was hard narrowing it down to which book I wanted, and I'm sure some of you are probably surprised that I did not pick the Halloween one, but I just really love this Safari one. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because as a kid I watched so many documentaries on Animal Planet about safaris in Africa, and so I really love all the African animals. I don't know, but this one for me was just, it was the one that did it. I know there were a lot of frogs in the jungle one, so you might be surprised I didn't pick that one either. But this one was just, I don't know, this one is just it for me. And I have colored only a picture out of here, which is a shame. I really want to color a ton in here next year. But I did do this zebra picture with the mom and baby, and it's so cute, and the stars are a little bit glittery as well. I actually used a little bit of pencil on this picture, which is unusual. I hardly ever use pencil. But I just love the variety of animals she's put in here. You get elephants, you get hyenas, you get giraffes, you get zebras, you get lions. Of course, her mice that I kind of think, I don't know, that's kind of how she brands herself almost, is these little mice in all her books. They're in here. Her doors are in here. She's got meerkats. I love meerkats. I used to watch Meerkat Manor obsessively. Flamingos, hippos, gazelles, cranes, and rhinos. She's got crocodiles. It's just everything. She thought of every African animal you could possibly think of. Here's cheetahs. She thought of all types of plants, too. You've got your houses. There's a water buffalo. There's one at the doors. I'm looking for a specific picture here that has a really certain type of tree. She has got like some tribal stuff in here too. Let me see if I can find this picture that I know I'm thinking of. Here we go. She like clearly researched the plants that grow in Africa. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of this tree. I think I'm about to butcher it. I think they're called baobab trees. It's like B-A-O-B-A-B. But they're this really big, neat tree that specifically grows in Africa. So she's done her research to make everything accurate, all the animals that live in Africa, the plants. I mean, she just really knocked it out of the park. And I don't know if it's just me, but I do think that the line art got a little bit thicker starting with this book. Not much thicker than it was, because of course she said at the front of her books that the line art's not too thick or thin, but I think she's either made, I don't know if she's made the animals indoors bigger or the line art thicker, but there's some sort of difference here with that started with this book, and I've seen it carried over to, of course, Halloween and Christmas. This one, I don't know, I can't talk about this book enough. It just did it for me this year. It was an insta-buy, like everything is with her, but this one is just absolutely adored by me. My favorite by far. I would love to finish this book completely and display it, because it's just, I don't know, I just eat it up. It was great for me. And of course, here's the back, you know. And the thing I really do like about her books is they're $4.99 on Amazon. That's not an introduction price. That's the price they always are. And for that price, you get 50 unique pictures. You really can't beat that. So, that means I have one book left. And it is, of course, Coco Wild. You guys might be surprised they didn't see colored caramel, but I really had to pull out a bunch of my books and look at them and just think about it, and I sat there forever considering, what do I want? What do I want to pick? And ultimately, I did go with some different ones. The Colored Caramel had some really good books, and I'll feature them at the end as like a little extra bonus. But for my official top 5 books that are put out this year, I have Coco Wild's Chibi Girls. I think that Coco Wild really made a name for themselves this year. They have published all kinds of different books, a lot of very cute chibi manga anime style books, a lot of mature books. They put out Black Women 1 and 2, and they put out Gorgeous. Those have very nice realistic looking portraits in them. They've put out, I think it's called Dreamland recently. That's very interesting, different kind of thing. They do have some books that are just animals. They seriously have put out everything that you could think of, and they have really nice artists working for them. So Their Chibi Girls book might be my new favorite style of chibis. These are so cute, and for me, these are really what Chibi Girls are. They're the tiny girls with the big heads, and they're cutesy and in all kinds of cutesy outfits. I've done only one page out of here because I've been so busy trying to finish my Jade Summer Chibi Girls book, but I can't wait to color more in this next year. As you can see, I've used markers. And this is great for markers because it does have, again, nice thick line art, big spaces. It's not too complicated, but it's not too easy either. And you just have a variety of images. I should do this one for Christmas, actually. You kind of have girls doing everything. There is a lot of food in here, so if that's not your thing, just a heads up. There are quite a few images where the girls are on food or eating food or beside food, you know, that kind of thing. And these aren't framed, but they never go off the page. There's never any of the image that is cut off, so I'll accept it. I prefer my images to be framed, I have to say, I really do. But since nothing's cut off, you know, it works. They did a good job sizing the images in the middle of the page. And you have all kinds of backgrounds too. Some of them actually have a real actual background, like sitting in a room or something, and some of them just kind of have this where it's the blocks of color that you could do. Yeah, they're just doing everything you can think of in this book. There's holiday pages, this girl's on tea, a bunch of just super cute pages, cat girls, food. There was a witch you could do for Halloween. And I have a flip through of this up if you're interested in seeing the whole book. It does have 50 unique images. They just thought of everything, and I really like that. Now, I know the only thing that some people don't like is the blank eyes. You would have to draw in your own eyes if you wanted to, but for me, just coloring them a solid color and doing a little bit of a white dot in them, I think it looks fine. You know, if you're someone that wants to do more, you totally can, but I don't think they need more. I'm like, you know, it's good enough. It goes with the chibi kind of manga style that I want to get out of these pictures. There are no differences. They're all vertical like this, you know, no landscape pictures, but that's good with me. And my book is a little curled, as you can see, but this one is by far my favorite book from Coco Wild that they released this year, and they put out a bunch of Chibi Girl books this year. They did Creepy Chibi, Chibi Girls with Food, this one, I think they did a holiday one that they've just put out, like Christmas Chibi Girls. They thought of everything, but I had to choose just the regular Chibi Girls for my favorite since it did feature so many things. You know, it has the holidays, it has the food, it has a few creepy pictures, it has it all. So, like I said, I'll do a bonus round here so you guys can see Colored Caramel, who also entered the scene this year because I've bought a lot of their books, so I feel like maybe I should talk about them. So that, you know, if I was doing a top 10, this would be number 6. But this is Snaxolotl, the Kawaii Axolotl coloring book, and it's probably not a surprise that I picked this one for my favorite Colored Caramel book, because you guys know I'm absolutely all over animals, and weird animals are my thing. So axolotls, it just makes sense. But they have put out a ton of books as well. They have a bunch of gnome books that are very popular. They just put out a bunch of Christmas books. They had like Kawaii Summer and then a Kawaii Halloween type of book, and they've done a Christmas one. I have noticed them uploading more axolotl books. There was I Love You Alotl, and I believe a Christmas one has gone up now too, so this might be a theme. They had Kawaii Space. They have a food one also. They're a company that has a ton of books with a bunch of different artists, and they are smaller, 20 images, but the images are nice medium between being too simple or being too detailed, and with the thick black lines. You kind of see a theme with all these books. You can kind of tell what I like in books, but this one, it's cute animals with food, you know? What could go wrong? And this one varies. There are a few horizontal images, mostly vertical. You kind of just have to flip it around, and they're not organized where all of the vertical ones are in the front and the horizontal in the back, like Jade Summer. It's kind of just around all over the place, but that's okay with me. I have done a picture out of here at the back. Let me see. Here we go. I did this one eating chips and dip because I love chips and dip, and it was very easy to color because this one was a simple one. And you can see that I did some glitter on there, and I tried to follow the white that they've done on this guy here on the front page. I tried to kind of follow that on mine. I think it turned out really good. So these are really pictures that, you know, they're going to take you no time at all, but you're still going to have a really cute finished product. I don't think any of these were really centered around a specific holiday or anything. I think they're kind of just general food pictures. Of course, they have the bubble tea, the fruit. It's just, I just love this one, and I kind of cheated and put 6 on here because I just had to do a bonus for colored caramel since they kind of came around this year and have been putting out a ton of cute books that everyone has seen all over. But let me get everything back out. These were my top books for the year. There we go, all of them. We have, of course, Colored Caramel's Snaxolotls, Jade Summer's Forest Animals, grsHO Sneeva's Color by Color, there we go, Country Life, Louisa May Mariana's Ramen Animals. We had 50 Safari Miniatures by Camellia Angel Kobla, and of course Coco Wild's Chibi Girls. And that is just my opinion, but these were my top books that I wanted to kind of spotlight and highlight this year. A lot of new artists on the scene this year, at least 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 of these were new to me, so that's really cool. I think that we're getting a lot of new artists, and I like highlighting them and spotlighting them so you guys can see them too. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And what were your favorite books put out this year? Maybe you just have one favorite, maybe you have like 10 favorite. I struggled to pick the few that I have here. There were a lot of good books that came out this year. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.